Hey guys, this is Joy back again with another video, guys. I'm back. Hopefully y'all could hear me okay. Hold on, let me make sure I got my volume up. And I don't know how many folks is going to be in the room today. I'm like super chill dressed. But anyway, all right, guys, welcome to my channel, you guys. This channel, for those of you, this is your first time watching, my name is Joy. I am a coach for narcissistic abuse. I do love oracle and tarot readings as well. All right. And yeah, this channel is all about inspiring and motivating you guys to live your best life, to get away from the narcissist and never, ever, ever go back. I have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, and the reason why I'm here is because I want to share my story, share my experiences, and hopefully this can help someone else. And those of you in the room, if you want to make sure you like this video, you guys could chime in. Today, as you can see, we're going to be talking about dealing with the aftermath of a narcissistic betrayal, how you dealt with it, how you got over it. I'm just going to kind of mention a few things to kind of give you guys some tips and some advice and kind of give you guys some questions. And you, like I said, chime in. And also, I want to let you guys know I have a competition, a Christmas bonus giveaway competition that I have going on. So basically, I'm giving away some free home decor gifts. Okay, and I'm also giving away either a 30-minute coaching session or a 30-minute personal love reading. So if you would like to enter in to get involved into this competition, only thing you need to do is to leave a donation of $7. You can leave more if you choose to do so. That link is in the description box. All right, if you're feeling generous. So yeah, that's the competition that I have going on, you guys. Welcome. Let me see if we can get some more folks in the room. My phone is at probably like 50%, so I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I'm just saying. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Make sure you guys like this video as well. All right. I know the holidays are coming up. Do you guys do like all your Christmas shopping, and you guys like shop until you drop? So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I just wanted to talk about the narcissistic betrayal. So I'll just kind of go into like what I've experienced, like the two narcissistic experience that I've dealt with the betrayal. So the first betrayal, I felt like it was from my aunt. The reason why I felt like it was a betrayal because I felt like she for one was like really hard on me. She really came off as if she was really trying to help me when in actuality she was just trying to control me. And God bless her heart, but that like I'm a type of person, I'm an independent thinker. So if someone's trying to tell me to do something and I don't agree with it, and if it doesn't make sense to me, and if it won't like make me happy, then I'm not going to do it, no matter how bad you try to make me feel, or how wrong you might make me feel or make me feel guilty. I'm not gonna like succumb to like what you're trying to get me to do, so that doesn't work. And I think that that's something that she realized. But yeah, so I just felt like she just always wanted me to follow in her footsteps, control my life, and was never really happy for me, was never like genuinely happy about the things that I had going on with my life. She wanted me to follow in her footsteps, and she lived a good life. We lived in California and she had a really nice life, but she wasn't happy. And I'm all about happiness, and that's what this channel is about. I know the world is crazy as it is. It's a crazy world. You have to have your peace though. You have to have your contentment. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I was looking for. And because I didn't, agree with what she was saying, or I wasn't trying to do as she was telling me, then, she pretty much abandoned me. And it wasn't like, because at the time I was a lot younger, because now I'm 30, but like when I used to live with my aunt, I was 17 and I moved out, I want to say when I was 21. And I get, she was just trying to help me, give me advice on like what she thought I should do with my life. But to me, it seemed as if it was like a form of control, and she was trying to keep me with her, keep me living with her so I could be like dependent on her. And I'm not okay with that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just chose to do my own thing and she pretty much abandoned me. So, the aftermath of that was very hurtful. It's something that I'll never forget. I always think about it from time to time, and it hurts. It really does. It hurts because, she was a blood guardian of mine, a legal guardian. And I thought that she was, I mean, she was there for me, in a way, like, financially, she provided me shelter. But other than that, it's just like it wasn't really good. It was just manipulative, it was controlling, it was abusive, verbally, emotionally. And I don't even know if she was aware of this. I highly doubt it because I mean, even if she was, I don't think that she was gonna do anything about it anyway, So yeah, and so that was one betrayal, and like how I was feeling, I was just shocked, I was surprised, I was upset, I was just like, what's going to happen now? But luckily, I had already gained some really good friends in California. I really built some really good connections, some really good friends that I was able to kind of like hang out with them, and I was able to get through it. But if not, I would have been, trying to go back and living with her and dealing with the abuse again, dealing with the put downs and just the passive aggressiveness, the cunning. It was a lot, and yeah, it was something that really hurt, and it made me not want to trust people because I'm just like, okay, if she's a family member and she's doing this type of stuff, like imagine like what a stranger would do, you know what I mean? So those are the things that I thought about, and at the time when I was living in my own place and I was kind of telling her about, other things that was going on in my life, it was just like she really wasn't there with me emotionally, or the fact that she just really didn't care. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's definitely a lesson learned for me for sure. And I grieved that, connection that I had with her. And then I was just like, you know what? I don't really care anymore. I kind of was just like, all right, I don't need to talk to her. Like, I'm good. Like, there's nothing for us to talk about. Once I really figured out exactly what she was doing, and because literally, like, there would be times where she would pretend like she wanted to go out with me or just hang out, me being my age and her being her age, and she would take me over to her sister house. They're about the same age, and she would be like, comparing herself to me and trying to like say something to like make them laugh at me. Like it was just really weird. Like I don't know. But anyway, so that was like the aftermath of the betrayal. And another betrayal that I had dealing with a narcissist, a guy that I was dealing with, so basically he was trying to get me to be with him when he had a girlfriend. And like I said, I was a whole lot younger. I was like, I want to say I was like 20, 21. I was like really young. And at the time I thought that I could change him. A lot of us we think that. So I was just dealing with him. I was like, okay, like he's gonna leave his girlfriend or he's, you know what I mean? And so I realized like that's not what he was gonna do. And then I remember one time he asked me, he was like, hey, like, did you want to take this further? Do you want to go deeper into this? And I'm just like, no, I don't. And then he got really upset. He got really angry. And I'm just like, okay, like that's not normal. So I was just like, hey, I'm ready to go home. So I ended up going home. And then he reached out to me 2 weeks after that. And, we were still cool, still hanging out or whatever. But since then we was just like friends. But, as the time went on, we still kept in contact and we were still kind of just cool because originally he was supposed to have been helping me with music. I'm a big music person. And he was coming off as if he was really trying to assist me with me doing my music. Let me turn on. Let me drink my water. Okay. So yeah, he was really coming off as if he was really trying to help me with my music, and I was just like, okay, yeah, cool, cool. And then finally, when I had ended up getting my own place, I was like, hey, did you want to come over or whatever? I didn't have anything like in mind, like nothing like sexual. I was just like, hey, you want to come over? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I think it was either that day or the next day, I went on Facebook and I saw that he was in a relationship. And I was just like, wait a minute, I thought you were single. I thought that you wasn't seeing anybody. So all that time, like he was basically, it was like a revenge thing from him because I had turned him down. I had rejected him. And then he had came back around, was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm with someone. You know what I mean? So that was pretty hurtful. I was really sad about that. And my thoughts was like, did I do something wrong? Was it my fault? You know what I mean? Was I not good enough? That those were the thoughts that went into my head. And at the time, I had been isolated because, like I said, I had my own spot, and I did fall into a depression. I didn't want to work or anything like that. So it was definitely, a huge experience. It was definitely something that I got through. One of the ways that I was able to get over this was, I did grieve. I did end up seeing a counselor. I think it was for like a year. And what else? I didn't date anybody. I went out with a few guys, but I didn't like do anything serious because I was so hurt. Um, I didn't try to get revenge or anything like that. But I did notice too, I think because after I seen that he was in a relationship, um, I had reached out to him and I was like, hey, like, what's going on or whatever. And he's like, hey, he's like, you still want me to come over? I was like, no, I'm okay. And that's when I realized, I was like, okay, he's a narcissist. And I think he realized like he didn't have any control over me anymore. So that's when, he had posted a picture of, I guess it was his girlfriend or whatever. And I think he's like still with her. But he had posted a picture of this person and that really hurt me. And then we have went like a month without talking to each other. Then I had reached out and I was just like, hey, like, what's going on? And he was just like, oh, I'm good, da da da. He was like, did you see my Facebook post? And I was just like, no. And then he was like, oh, did I kill your dreams? And I'm like, no, you didn't kill my dreams. So yeah, that was definitely something that I will never forget because he was really like in a way trying to like hurt me in a sense, and I feel like anybody that does something like that isn't like worth your time, so but yeah, that was like an aftermath of a narcissistic betrayal. And to be honest with you, I remember like every day, like for 6 months I did cry for 6 months. And I was like in a state of shock. It was, give me 1 second, hold on you guys. I'm sorry about that, you guys. So yeah, I was just really like in a state of shock after the narcissistic betrayal. And it was really, really hurtful. Really, really hurtful. If any of you guys in the room can relate, like, how did you guys feel like after, the aftermath of the betrayal? Like, what was like your thoughts? Like, you guys can respond in like the video. But yeah, oh, so like I was saying, I did get counseling for a year. And like I said, luckily did have friends that I had gotten close with, or we had really good connections, because if not, I would have literally like been on my own with no one to talk to or anything like that. And like I said, I moved on slowly but surely. It took me a while because I had been talking to this guy and been knowing him for like almost 4 years. Thank you for the like. You guys can chime in. I'm talking about the aftermath of the narcissistic betrayal. Like, how did you guys feel after the betrayal? What did you do? What were your thoughts? That's what we're talking about today. What was you guys' experience? Um, but yeah, it took me a while to move on. And one of the things that I do recommend is like no contact for sure. Don't try to like get them jealous, because you can't, like, they don't get jealous by anything because they don't care in general. So whatever you do, it doesn't affect them. You know what I mean? So Don't think for a second that, you're gonna get them jealous by doing something or some sort of revenge, because they're like robots. So, and yeah, so that's basically it. Like, that has been my aftermath of the betrayal. And like I say, yeah, I felt as if I was literally like a robot, just like walking around lost, because he had really made me like so codependent on him, which is crazy. Like, that wasn't like how I was before, but unfortunately, dealing with him, he made me that way, so. But to be honest with you too, one of the things that I did have to like look deep inside of myself, I had to realize like I did have codependency issues. I did have feelings like maybe I didn't want to be alone, or maybe I, like, in my mind, like, again, I was a lot younger, so I was probably thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, like, I won't never meet anybody better than this person, even though he was not treating me good. He wasn't doing, you know what I mean? He was doing like some not so good stuff. But again, at that time when I was younger, I didn't really know my worth. I know my worth now, thank God. But and I'm so happy that I moved on from that. But yeah, so like, so just to kind of give you guys some tips, like how you will feel, I'm just gonna kind of tell you, like, again, you're gonna be, a lot of you guys are gonna be mad, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be depressed, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be feeling lost, you're gonna be feeling confused, and a lot of us, what we do, some of us, we stay in that state of shock. I feel like we stay just like confused. Like, some of us, we can't believe it. We can't believe that somebody would lie to us like that, or like use us, or try to manipulate us, or try to control us. And especially if it's someone that we really trusted and we really believed, that can be really hurtful. That's really traumatic, a traumatic experience. And that's something that has pretty much scarred me, by having this experience. It scarred me for sure. But luckily, I was definitely able to move on and be of assistance and help to others, because, if I would have let this experience change me, I feel like I would have turned out to be a narcissist. And that's not something that I wanted to do. And to be honest with you, that was really one of the reasons why I left California, because I feel like people, not everybody, but I feel like a lot of the people that are in Southern California, not the ones that are born and raised there, but I feel like the ones that come from other states, I think those are the people that kind of turn out to be narcissists, because a lot of them, they're going there to pursue a goal, a dream, like they want to be a model, an actor, or actress, or a rapper, or a basketball player, a football player. So they kind of have to have this sort of ego about them. And I used to drive for Lyft and Uber, and I drove, I want to say it was like a year, and a lot of the people would always ask me like, oh, so how much money do you make? Like, literally, like, nobody ever got in the car and was like not talking about like how much money I made. And I was just like wondering, why do they even care? Like, you know what I mean? Why does that concern you, like how much money I make? Unless they themselves were interested in like working for Lyft and Uber, and they just wanted to know, like, okay, how much is this? So yeah. And so, like I said, these will perhaps be your feelings of, some of you could too be feeling regret. Some of you guys could be feeling remorseful that, you wasted your time dealing with this kind of person. This is like the aftermath of the betrayal. You could be, again, feeling confused. Like, how did you let yourself stay in the situation? That to me was pretty hurtful too. Also, like, when I used to live with my aunt as well, which, to be honest, I was kind of like, she was, like I said, my legal guardian, so I really kind of had to be with her. But yeah, that was really confusing for me, to be honest. And one of my questions here, did you isolate yourself? And like I said, the narcissist ultimately did isolate me from my family and friends. But like I said, I did have good connections with them at the time still. So I didn't let it like just, not have anybody around me, because if that's the case, I would have been in a world of trouble. So, but yeah, and then I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. And then, so I mentioned, so do you get help? So what I would recommend, especially like if you're dealing with the aftermath of the narcissistic betrayal, I would definitely recommend, either getting a counselor, You know, getting a coach like myself, I've dealt with narcissistic abuse, so I'm very familiar with it. Um, excuse me, you know, you can talk to people that you really trust, like your family and your friends, people that really won't judge you, because not all family and friends are, you can tell about this experience because, and this is another thing, like, when I was dealing with a borderline, and this was like, he was still kind of like, no, he wasn't a narcissist, but he did have like a personality disorder, same way. But I remember, so basically, we met at work, and he was very charming in the beginning, very nice and sweet, like how they all are. And, you know, I kind of noticed that, you know, after time went on, like he was abusive and he would raise his voice and he would kind of have like spasms and he would like put me down like in a low way, or like low key way. I don't know, does that make sense, low key way? But yeah, so he would do that, and I just kind of brushed it off. I was like, oh, whatever. And apparently, he didn't have a good relationship with his family, and you know, a lot of abusers they use that as an excuse to abuse you. So with that being said, he was a borderline, and I noticed like he would be hanging out with people that I told him that I didn't like, and he would go out of his way to hang out with them. So I'm just like, if you are wanting me to be with you, why are you going to be around someone that I don't like? You know what I mean? So that at the time, I should have known that that was a red flag, but I didn't pay attention to it. And again, I wasn't conscious of like what I was doing. And to be honest with you, I still was kind of still hurting from the narc before, so I wasn't quite healed as of yet. And this was, I want to say this was in 2015, 2016. This was. And so what ended up happening was he was actually staying with me too. Like he had his belongings at my house, and you know, he would be going back and forth to his friend's house. Hello there. Hi, Blue Flash. Um, so yeah, and then you know, he would be spending less and less time with me. And so I'm just like, okay. And then he kept comparing me to like his friend and other people. And so the whole like triangulation sort of thing that, you know, narcissists do, or the borderlines, how they do that. And so I always felt like I was, you know, competing with someone and I was in competition with a person. And he always mentioned his ex, like all the time. Like he would, I think his ex broke up with him, or his ex probably cheated on him. Oh, hi. So Blue Flash, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we're talking about narcissistic abuse. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but that's what I'm talking about right now. So yeah, yeah, he always be talking. Oh, okay. Have you ever experienced that, Blue Flash? Sorry, I have my fries right here. Sorry. Hope you guys don't mind. They're hot. Oh, okay. Have you dealt with any in India? Are there narcissists in India? It is pretty yummy. I've never done this on a live, so really, I hope you're not one. Wow. So anyway, so yeah, so basically, long story short, I found out. Oh, you dealt with the few. Oh, how was that experience for you? What was that experience like? Yeah, me too. Have you ever been to the States before? Oh, okay. There's a lot of narcissists here in the States. All right, so back to what I was saying about the story. I'm probably gonna head out of here pretty soon. Um, yeah, I'm talking about the aftermath of the narcissistic betrayal. Like if you're dealing with a narcissist and they lied to you, they use you or really hurt your feelings, like how you feel after that, like the aftermath, like what your life is like after this. All right. So yeah, I found out. Yeah, I found out that he was seeing someone else, and you won't believe how I found out that he was seeing someone else via social media. I saw that he posted a picture on his Facebook as well as on his Instagram. And slowly but surely he discarded me, and that really really hurt my feelings. And he actually did this around my birthday time. Like it was so crushing, like you guys would not believe that. Like it was crazy, but and so I kind of went to people that I thought were my friends, and I was telling them about the experience, which we all know, like, yeah, it's time to move on. You don't deal with anybody that breaks your heart like that. That's like cruel and mean to you in that way. And a person, yeah. So like a person that I thought was my friend, I was like explaining this to her, and I'm like trying to get some comfort. I'm trying to get some like validation on like how I'm feeling. And she's just like, "Oh, you should just move on. Like, oh, like don't worry about it. You see he's with another person, just let it go." And I'm just like, "No, I can't just let that go. And so I ended up having to tell her, like, okay, so, well, if you're not gonna, like, validate how I'm feeling or you're not gonna, like, relate, then we can't be friends anymore. She's just like, okay. And I'm just like. So, yeah, we really have to be careful, like, who we get help from because some people really don't care about your feelings and they don't care about your experience. And a lot of them, they could be narcissists themselves, so they could care less. Like they don't have any feelings. So like let's say if someone else that's not an empath or like an intuitive person like myself, they have that same experience and they could just move on to the next one, no problem. So you have that. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. Let's see. So yeah, did anybody else besides Blue Flash have an experience with a narcissist like the betrayal? Anyone else have an experience like that? So and then another thing I would recommend, don't grieve. Okay, hi Zoe, how do you break the pattern of attracting these people? You break the pattern by recognizing the signs in the beginning and listening to your gut. If you feel like something is off, something is not right about a person, then you could just easily stop like attracting them and cut it off right then and there before you keep that pattern going. You know what I mean? Blue Flash says, my boss calls me a SP and he says he is too. Ella says they are using his pregnant daughter to ruin my holidays. Ella, why would they be doing that? And I'm doing good, Ella. Hi Zoe. Hi Zoe. Yeah, it's a really the betrayal it's heartbreaking, to be honest. Like I was hurt, like I was really crushed like most of the times that I've dealt with a narcissist. And again, I think it's because let's see, his sister is using Narc's daughter to make me. Oh wow, they're probably doing the triangulation, Ella. And Zoe, did that answer your question about how to break the pattern? Oh, because oh yeah, they're trying to use that against you, Ella. You have fertility issues, so they're trying to probably rub that in your face. Yeah, that's so mean. And the narcissist on holidays, if you haven't heard from your narcissist in a long time, a lot of them will try to hoover you on the holiday time. You're welcome, Zoe. If y'all have any other questions or any other experiences, let me know. Y'all can chat in the conversate in the chat because I'm probably gonna head out of here in about 5 minutes. But it says he's his covert narcissist as well. Oh wow. Yeah, I can't. being around narcs, I can't, like, and I refuse to. It's nothing for me to discuss. Like, I don't want any parts of it. We don't have anything in common. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and that's the other thing I was gonna say. The narcissists in the holidays, they will try to reach out to you during the holidays just to reconcile with you, to hoover you. Do not fall for the trap because they're just gonna get you back into that same cycle of abuse. I just need to I just need to vent. They just came home. Oh wow. Whew, I definitely understand. Yeah. Venting is good. Venting is healthy because if you're around them, then you just get so sucked up into that toxic cycle, the form of abuse. Mr. Is says covert narc males usually depend on their girlfriend or wives for success. Yes, that's true. You're right, Mr. Is. Yep. And Ella says, I feel so bad about myself. Yeah, it's understandable. It'll you'll get over that in time. Sometimes you have to kind of sit in that until you realize like I deserve better. Like I need to like get away from these people. Excuse me. I need to get away from these people because I'm not like them. So if I'm not like these people, the time I'm around, eventually I'm gonna be like them if I don't leave. You know what I mean? So as quick as you can, Ella, try to get away. Yeah. I hate it when they do it on purpose. Yeah, they're doing that on purpose. Yep. Right, Ella. Yeah, it'll make you turn just like them. I'm telling you, you got to get away from them. You have to. And yeah, Mr. Is, yep, exactly. Because they said what is it? The birds of a feather flock together? Yeah, Blue Flash, yes. No contact is best. Indeed, yes. So no contact. Like if they try to contact you during the holiday time, because some of them know that you might. Oh, I know, that's so crazy. Like my dad bought me some fries. My dad bought me some fries, Zoe. And Mr. Is says they know what they're exactly. They do know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know some of us, especially if the discard or the betrayal is fresh. If it's fresh, oh yeah, they're gonna try to do and say anything to get you back because they know that you probably missing them. You might be lonely. You probably don't want to date anybody new because most of us, to be honest, like if you are in a situation, a friendship, relationship, partnership with someone, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to leave that person because one, you're comfortable, you're used to that person, you know everything about them. You don't want to meet someone new. None of us do, but you got to be strong. You got to know your worth. You got to know what you deserve because you don't want to be with anybody that doesn't appreciate you, that doesn't value you, that doesn't love you. Like, what's the point? Why are you there if you're not getting respected, if you don't get treated right? You know what I mean? It's no point, you know? Let's see. Yeah, so yeah. And but yeah, and this is the other thing after the betrayal, try not to date. I mean, I'm not saying like don't go out and have fun with friends or even like the opposite sex, whether you're male or female. Let's see, Mr. Is says they age so the age so ugly as they age. They're so attractive when they're young, but they have no self-love, so they age like oh my God, wow. Mr. Is, that's funny. Yeah, that's true though. Like like you said, they don't take care of themselves. They just fall apart, you know? And imagine like you can't expect a person to give you love if they don't love themselves. Like there's nothing there, you know? There's nothing there whatsoever. You're just loving like an empty soul, like, you know, or a robot. They're literally like robots. Like they have no heart, no feelings, no nothing. Yeah, oh yeah, so Ella, so as far as dating, like I wouldn't say no more dating. I would say like just try to take your time because the thing is like you might end up hurting somebody because you're hurt. You feel that betrayal, that aftermath of the betrayal. So for one, you probably don't trust people. You see, can't get water from a rock. Right, exactly. Yeah, and to be honest, I literally was like that too. I was bitter. I was scorned. Like I didn't trust people. I was just like, oh my God, I'm never gonna date again. Zoe says we have to learn to love ourselves again. Date right, exactly. You gotta like spend time with yourself. What is it that you like about yourself? Like, do you have things that make you interesting or exciting, or what brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Like you have to find that from within. Like there was a quote that I was watching, or actually I was listening to a tape. It's the guy, he does like law of attraction stuff. And he was saying there was like an affirmation. He said that nobody can make me happy. Happiness comes from within. I complete myself, and no one else can complete me but me. You know? Blue Flash says when we feel good, the narcissist, right? They hate it. They don't like it when we're feeling good. They hate it with a passion. Like if you get good news about something and you share it with the narcissist, you know how they'll try to crush it and turn it around on them, and they try to make the topic about them, or they try to put that down like something good that you've told them or something good that you've accomplished. They will try to flip it and turn the topic onto them. Like my aunt used to do that all the time, all the time. And if I had like a new idea or something like a new spark or anything, some sort of like innovation, she would just be like, oh no, you shouldn't do it. No, I don't think you could do it. Nope. Ella says the way his sister talks whiny and monotone, yes they will. Blue Flash says right. Ella says her voice gives me seizure like chills, I swear. Oh my goodness, Ella. Ella, I hope you get, when did you say you were leaving again, Ella? I want you to leave. Because to be honest, it could make you miserable. It could change you. It could really, really change you. Okay, good. That's right. I remember you did say New Year's. Okay, good. And Mr. Is says some people think that self-love is being selfish, which is not true. It all depends on how you love yourself. It's okay to love others, but loving first is very important. Exactly. They twist that around, right? Exactly. Make sure y'all like this video. But yeah, like self-love, like you said, Mr. It's not about being selfish. It's about knowing your worth, putting yourself first, not in a selfish way, but it's just like I have needs, those needs need to be met. But understand you have to meet them yourself. Like you can't expect other people to meet your needs. Like your life should be whole already. Like you should have goals, you should have dreams, things that are inspiring you and things that you're passionate about. See, if you don't know what that is, then you're going to depend on somebody else for your happiness. But you have to find like your life purpose, like what it is that you want to do with your life. If you don't know, you can ask God, you can pray. I don't know what your beliefs are, but there is a higher power out there. You can call him spirit, you can call it universe, whatever. I call it God, okay? Or I call it universe too. But you need to pray and find out what is your life purpose. Once you find out what your life purpose is, do that. Once you do that, once you get good at it, then you will meet somebody on your vibration. And that will, somebody that's not going to complete you. Somebody that, you don't want somebody that's going to try to fill a void. You got to fill that void. If you got some wounds that you need to heal, or things that you haven't taken care of, like childhood traumas, or you don't feel like you're good enough, you don't feel worthy, blah, 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 whatever. You have to heal that first before anybody else, you know? Or, you know, you gotta love you like holy. You gotta accept yourself 100%. You can't expect for other people to do that, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God is our universe. Right. God loves, and I'm telling you, I'm a preacher, y'all. Low key, but no. No, but yeah, it's like you gotta be whole. Nobody else can complete you but you. Don't expect, and that's been a lesson for me. Amen, right, Zoe? Monotone whiny voices are the worst. Oh yeah, Ella. No, I know you can't wait for New Year's, right, Ella? I can't wait for you to leave. So that way you don't have to deal with that anymore. Thank you for the heart, Zoe. Yes, Ella, laugh out loud. Yep. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted, if y'all have any other questions or comments, let me know. But I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, I was just coming on here just talking about the aftermath of the narcissistic betrayal because, to be honest, for me, it was pretty hurtful. I really was like shocked about everything that happened and really angry too. And what really helped me, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. What helped me get over the betrayal was doing yoga. So that's another thing that I'm passionate about besides doing tarot. I'm really passionate about yoga. And so the first betrayal that I went through, each day I went to yoga class, and literally like for that hour or two I was able to forget about like what happened in that moment, and each day it helped me to heal, every time I went on that mat and I just got in my zone and I was just focusing on my body and like what I was doing. Because I don't know if any of you guys ever like did yoga, but if you are not like paying attention to what you're doing in yoga, you could really hurt yourself, so if I'm thinking about what the narcissist did to me, if I'm trying to like do a pose or you know what I mean, like I would get hurt, and I'm not trying to get hurt, So right, exactly. Good night, Zoe. But yeah, Mr. Is, yeah, self love is, that's it. And the thing about it, I don't know if you mentioned this or not, is Mr. Is, if because I think it was one video I was talking about not being responsible for other people. I don't know if you remember if I made that video or not. But I feel like a lot of us were trained to be responsible for others. Like we're trained to be like people pleasers, and I feel like we need to learn how to like put ourselves first. But again, not in a selfish way, but in a way where it's like, okay, I'm responsible for myself, and this person is responsible for themselves. Right? Okay, so you do remember, yeah. And we can come together and say, okay, I'm accountable for how I feel. You're accountable for how you feel. You deal with yourself, I'm gonna deal with myself. But we come together and we can build something. You know what I mean? And it's like we're not taught that. And you kind of have to learn that in relationships. You kind of have to learn that the hard way. And it can be pretty hurtful, especially like if you're an empath, you're very intuitive, you might be sensitive, which that's me. So yeah. Yeah, codependent, right. Yeah, I feel like, and again, to an extent, we've been programmed to be codependent in a way. I mean, we're being raised by our parents, and growing up. But the thing is, you kind of have to like fight your way out of it. You learn how to be dependent on yourself, they call it when you're by yourself, you haven't been dating anybody, so you're independent. But when you get in a relationship, they call it interdependent. So you're not really relying on somebody for like how you feel or like for your happiness, so yeah, you want to stay away from that codependent energy or relying on somebody for finances or stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have, you guys. Hey, KG. Narcs are trash, right? Yes, indeed. Narcs are no good. No good. But like I said, don't rush the healing either, you guys. Really, take the time. Like hey, so don't try to be so quick to move on to someone else. I know, like, there's a quote out there. Hey, Zoe says, thank you for your work. Your videos and your talks have been very okay, I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you, Zoe. I'm happy that I'm being helpful because, like I said, I originally, when I started making these videos, I was like, their sex is trash. Mr. Is, oh my God. Oh, Lord, that is something else. Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest, the borderline that I dated, I'm sure he ain't watching, but his sex was pretty good, but he was a jerk, so I cut it off. But yeah, he was a jerk. Yeah, take the time to heal, take the time to recover. That's what I was gonna say. Some people say like, oh, the best way to get over somebody is to get under someone else. I don't agree with that. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that? Do y'all think the best way to get over somebody is to get under someone else? Because for me, I feel like you're just hurting that person because you're not really like invested in them. Like you're still thinking about somebody from the past. You're not really focused on like right then in the moment and giving that person your full attention. So for me, I say take your time. Oh, KG. Yeah. Take your time and heal. Grieve. Again, don't grieve alone. Mr. Is, he said, hell no. Yeah. But yeah, don't grieve alone. Because, when you are in that process of healing, it can be kind of scary, especially if you're letting out all those emotions and everything that you're feeling. If you're doing it by yourself, it can really get you like in a frenzy. It can also make you feel like you're going crazy. So definitely grieve with like a trusted family member, friend, coach, like myself. Because if you grieve by yourself, like who knows where things will go. But yeah, don't, like I said again, don't try to get revenge on the narcissist. You're welcome, Ella. You're welcome. Don't try to get revenge, you guys. Don't try to get revenge. Just try to move on the best way you can. Forgive the narcissist. Or some people don't even forgive the narcissist. Like some people just let it go and be like, oh, I'm never talking to that person ever again. Like, did you guys forgive the narcissist, or you just let it go by the wayside? But so that's it, you guys. That's all I have to say. Unless y'all have anything else. I forgive. Yeah, exactly. Right. But yeah, it'll like your trust will never be the same. They always say like the person that you was before you met the narcissist is different from the person that you are after the betrayal. Like it's two totally different people. Like, and the crazy thing about it, although you did have that betrayal, it's made you stronger at the end of the day. Like, have some of you guys realized that too? Like, it's made you kind of see through people more, or even like made you look at the world differently. You just view things differently now. And some of us could be on guard, like even more. I'm still trying to, but they make it hard, though you'll feel the same way. Right. Exactly. So true. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you do. You grow stronger. So that's like for me, although it was very traumatic, it was a very, like, something that I'll never forget. Something I'm sure you guys will never forget either. But I realized that I became stronger. I trusted my intuition more. I grew closer to God. And I was just like, I'm never going back, and I'm never going to settle for right. Don't be too nice, because when you're too nice, then people take advantage, and you don't want people to take advantage of you. You just be kind and you be firm at the same time, but you can control who's around you. You can't control people, but you can control yourself. You get me? All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I will see you guys in the next live, which might be like Friday or Saturday. But thank you guys for tuning in. If y'all want to leave a donation, the link is below for supporting me and doing this full time, you guys. I appreciate all the support. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. And hopefully this helps you guys. All right, bye.